Okay, it is live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are so excited today to talk to Trevor Foote, who is a recent grad of our Agent Tech Mastery program. And so we like to do this to help other agents out if you're considering getting your systems fixed and having everything streamlined. What happens when you go through our program? So we kind of what wasn't working in your business before. And I kind of have notes about when we first talked about systems, and you're kind of unique because you have kind of two businesses too, which I'm sure learning what you went through our program probably helped that.
Yes, my husband's a builder, and I'm also part owner of the real estate company. So I love to be able to help others too. And you know what attracted me to your, your whole program. You came on that CRS 1 hour
Yeah.
little show, and I don't know how you advertise it, but it hit all my hot spots. Like I've been a busy agent for so long, and you said that your husband was going through the same thing that I
Oh,
was. And
yeah.
for years, I put it on the back burner. I don't like using my Trevor at Gmail. It doesn't sound professional. So you just hit all those spots, and so I couldn't wait to sign up.
Yeah. Yay. And honestly, here's the thing too. What you I think are incredible in the sense that I think that when you decide to do something, you do it and you're in it. And you showed up and you did the work and you showed up to all the support stuff we do, our Q&As, you submitted tickets because we really want to help agents, right? And so showing up is half the battle because I know that when we were talking, if I remember correctly, you had actually it's in my little notes here. You had a couple Gmail emails, you are an Apple user, and things weren't syncing and integrated. And I think for most people, they want to pull their hair out because they know this should work, but I don't know how to fix it. Is
Well, yeah,
that?
and in our business, we're always pulled in different directions. We don't really have a set schedule.
Yeah.
So it really does. Yeah, syncing everything is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. And, I really, and it's an investment, and
Yes.
I think it's completely affordable, but it's enough of an investment that you really do make sure I really felt like I need to get this program because I'm paying for it. And if I don't participate, how are you going to pull it out of me? So, um,
Right. That is so great to say because that is one of the reasons when people, it is an investment in your business and you have to make it enough that people will show up. Because I kind of talk about it a little bit about, people who are trying to lose weight. They'll buy $10 programs and $20, $100 programs, take some vitamins, whatever, but they're not going to commit unless someone is there and holding them accountable.
accountability. Absolutely.
Right. And you can buy as many books as you want. That doesn't mean you're going to read it or actually do the work about
And
anything. And
I don't know how many agents I talked to, but the whole CRM, what do you use? Is it working? And it's a big job. And you have kind of
oh,
gone through weeding out things, and you
so
came
many.
up with a great tool.
Yes, thank you. And part of the thing too is that we don't really talk software in these interviews, or I actually never talk software until I talk to the people. And you know that, but also that I have done all the work and the research for everybody, and because I
Yes.
love doing it, and I also am looking at things in a different way than most agents would because of my background. And so you're right, that they don't all sync and integrate properly. And have you now you let me just go back here. I think you said, did you use a CRM before when you were before we got you didn't, yeah.
I mean,
So
I got it to work just by using Gmail, and spreadsheets and whatnot.
yes,
I've got a website that kind of takes in leads, but
yes,
nothing that was all together. It was all here, there, and
right.
even even my personal life, I have put in this database, all my Christmas card people, and not,
Yes.
that's not what you really help with. But to me, that
Yes.
was a big deal. That
No, we
just
do,
having
but we,
my
yes,
son's getting married, the wedding list,
yes,
all of that
yes,
should be all categorized and
yes.
officially organized. So
Absolutely. And that's the thing that, we average about, I think once people go through our program, and tell me what you think, is that probably about people save at least 10 hours a week because instead of trying to figure out where their stuff is all in the right spot. And you don't have to remember to do all these other things and adding things to different locations. Was that
right.
right? Is it 5, 10 hours, or what do you think?
Oh my gosh, at least. But this is like the tip of the iceberg. So you've got me and, educated enough that I can kind of go in deeper and do things even more because that's
Right.
what I really need to do. It was a lot in one, program, but now I've got plenty of time. I can, add my past clients as I go and not stress too much, but having it all
Right.
sync is incredible.
Yeah, and that's the key is
Instantly.
so what we did is we took all the different locations of where Trevor's contacts were, which is a spreadsheet, which many agents try and run their business off a spreadsheet. That's not a CRM, guys, anyone listening? And I get why people do it because they don't really understand how can this all sync, but we take the client information from that, the client information from all the different email addresses you might have, from wherever you might have it. Also, there's the MLS that you can extract data. There's other places where you can extract data and then bring it in to that properly configured business email, which then you can use the CRM, right? And so when on the CRM side, so once everything's streamlined and integrated, and then we start saying, okay, this is what you can do inside a CRM, and we teach how to do an email blast. Now, you did the email blast?
Yeah, I did uh, a prospective buyer one, a past buyer one, and I got just like you said I got a past client say, "Oh my gosh, good timing! I need to look for some land. I got a 1031 exchange." Then I had another one that had a friend that needed to list their property. So
Because you're
just
communicating?
the drip. Yep.
Right.
And
Okay. So
I
this
didn't
is
do a bunch either. I just focused on the, quick ones so I could get it done. That's so true too. You just got to do it, like you say, in a lot of
you
things.
gotta do it.
And yeah, just jump in
Oh,
there and do it. Yeah.
I love that. Listen, okay, so this is such a key thing, you guys, and I say this all the time. Even grads who are listening who didn't do this part, go back and do it because what happens is once you're streamlined and we teach you how to do drips and email blasts, more than likely, like Trevor said, you are going to get clients going, oh, hey, you know what? I'm selling, my mom's selling, my brother's selling, my whatever. Yeah, I need your help. That is worth it. The investment in your business to pay to go through our program, one deal usually covers it, and you'll get continuous deals because now you're set up to continually keep in touch with everybody.
And it can do it easily.
Right.
It's not so, and that's what we have to do in our business. We've got to stay in front of our clients, and you can't do that constantly when you've got, your projects going, you've got closings. So
Yes.
your system is a great way to manage all of our madness.
Yeah, because it is a crazy business, right? Because you're pulled in different directions all the time. I know, like it's a crazy business, but as much as you possibly can, if you can streamline and automate things to consistently keep in touch with these people, it's a huge win, right? It's unbelievable. I'm so happy. That made my day what you just said, because that
Oh, good.
happens a lot to the grads or the people going through our program that send that email blast out, do the drip campaigns, then you're reaching out to those past clients who maybe haven't forgotten about you now because if you're not keeping in touch, some other agent is,
That's right. And
right?
you've been so patient too, and you take on such you behind the scenes. You did a lot of work, and you spend that, like, was it a 4 hour
Yeah.
time being really focused, and you are one on one trying to help. And you have all different types of people, so you're very
Yes.
gifted at keeping calm and patient and
Can you tell me how
troubleshoot.
that? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I bet you.
thank you for the compliment. I love what I do, and it's actually funny. I've been doing this for such a long time, and we do the 4-hour sessions because I have to look at everything that you touch, and that's the magical day when everything syncs and integrate. We just decided recently to make it 5 hours, and we're doing 2 hours, 1 hour break, 2 hours because it's a little too draining for me, not for you.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're
I
doing a
can
little break,
imagine.
and
You don't know what you're gonna get, so
yeah,
you got to figure out on the fly.
yeah, I do, and it's interesting if you remember. I actually have a 15-page document that when every time I do these one-on-ones with someone, because it's everybody does different things, right? So okay, with this email we've done this. Yes, we're doing that. Yes, we're doing that. Let's go to the next email. We got the files, we got the calendars, we got all this stuff. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, how's the labels in the CR? Like all this check. It's 15 pages of checking off. What have we done? Everything, because everyone is so different, right? In the end, we want you kind of all the same with the streamlined business and a working CRM, but everybody's done everything under the sun to try and manage being a real estate agent,
Hmm.
right? Yeah, perfect. Okay, so I have kind of we've answered most of my questions here, but oh, this is a good one. What fears came up when you decided to jump in and make the investment and come into our program? Because I know it's a hard decision for people.
What fears?
Yeah,
Um, well, I think I timed it right because I just had foot surgery. It was the beginning of the year, and
right.
what my fear was that I wouldn't be able to focus on it and really plunge in.
Yeah,
So I think your timing is important.
yeah,
I mean, I think you've got it organized that you can really do it at any time, but I
yeah,
was glad that I really wanted to jump in and I
yeah.
was able to do it. Um,
Perfect. Yeah, and I think for everybody too, we always say it's 1 or 2 hours a week plus the Q&A days that we have as a group. But was it more for you or less for you? Everyone's different. Some people are like, can I get to the next week because I've done everything? And some people are like, no, I need a little more time.
well, I think the beginning it was good because it wasn't too overwhelming and we're slowly kind of getting in. And then it started getting, yeah. And I think I'm kind of a task person and a pleaser. So if I was behind, I would, push myself. But I think you have it pretty well organized.
Yeah,
To
good.
stay on track. And I think I told you at one point I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, and you were like, "That's so normal. Don't worry. You got plenty
So
of time."
normal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I
yeah.
need to maybe you've got some where we can have your services down the road.
Come back. Yeah,
I
you
can
can come
always
back
do that, right? When I
for help,
if I feel
right?
like, "Oh, I think I need help." Yeah, but
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
And that's what I always say. Like, I don't want anyone to be overwhelmed ever, ever. Because I know what it's like to be like, oh my gosh, I don't understand this. Then you just submit a support ticket to us and we'll help because I'm all about helping. That's why you're there. That's why you invested in yourself and your business. And so we're always going to be there to help throughout our entire program. So thank you for, like, again, showing up every week. You did an amazing job. Um, so for you, I'm guessing it's what you already told me, but what was the most transformational part of this program for you?
um, the CRM.
Yeah, finally getting the
That, of
CRM
course,
working.
linking everything, but just I have been wanting a CRM that I could really, understand. It wasn't too much.
Yes, some are so overwhelming. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. And that's the problem, I think, with a lot of agents too, when you're looking at CRMs, is you start down that rabbit hole. It's like, oh my gosh, this one, and that's too overwhelming. There's too many bells and whistles. Okay, I'm going to try another one. And again, same thing. And a
And
lot
you
of
did all
times,
the work. You
oh,
did
and
all the research. Yeah.
it could be 10 years of doing nothing because your intent is good, but you never get to that because
Yeah. And
first,
what happens? You do spreadsheets because you're too overwhelmed by figuring it
yeah,
out. So
yeah.
that's
Yeah, and spreadsheets are okay, but it's not a real CRM, and it's better to have everything inside your phone and your
yeah,
CRM and your computer and all accessible anywhere you go, right? Like Trevor's set up now that if she comes and visits me, and you're welcome anytime, you could log on to my computer and you could see everything that you do that is on your computer at home. Like
It's
that to me, and I still get goosebumps when I talk about that because it's incredible that we can do that now,
yeah, and it
right?
syncs. I mean, immediately. So you put
Yeah,
something in your computer, and you're like, it's on your phone.
yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
I love it. So I know that you've been an agent. So you've been an agent for 14 years, right?
Since 2009.
Yeah, so long time. Yeah. Wow. And so you've had these struggles for that long. And so could you have done what we helped you with by yourself?
No,
No. Okay.
I really,
Perfect.
I didn't really have the time.
Yeah.
Your weekends, if you're not working, you're just tired. And the last thing I got to work on finding a CRM finally. So that had I not taken that CRS class, though, I never would have found you. So I
I
do
know.
love the CRS program. That's one of the designations that has been so helpful.
Trevor,
So
can
you,
you maybe speak on that? Because so what I'll just say what happened was I spoke at their conference in Atlanta. No.
it
Oh,
was
you were
like
on a webinar.
I was on a webinar.
You
It
were
was
on
a
the
1 hour
webinar.
webinar, and they really are great with education.
Yes.
It's a really good investment on a designation. But you hit whatever you said in your little ad, you hit all the button points, and I said, I'm
Yes.
going to sit and see what this is about. And
Yeah.
um,
And
so I,
CRS is probably worth it for people to look into, right? My husband's also going through and getting the designation, and so it stands for
shoot,
residential.
residential
Uh,
specialist.
what's the C
What,
part now? I've forgotten.
let's see. Um,
CRS. Oh, it's RRC and
it's our
CRS.
residential real estate council.
Yes, who does CRS.
Yeah.
Look it up, and if you're interested, or make a comment below if you're interested, and I'll just tag me, and then I'll put a link for anybody watching this later, because they're incredible, and their conferences. And Trevor, I don't think you've been, but I have spoken at conferences all across North America, and that conference I spoke at in Atlanta with them, it was incredible. They do such incredible. It's like it's one of my favorite ones I've ever spoken at, and
Good.
it's not too big and it's not too small. And
Yeah.
it's if you get a chance, I go to one of their events. They do a really great job. Okay, and then the last, a couple more questions is, what would you say to other agents who are currently struggling like you were before?
Well, of course, look into your program.
I guess that was kind of a loaded question, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I
Yeah,
mean,
look
it
into our
kind of is,
program.
but it's true because and if you're fine, you don't have if you have one that's working, that's another thing. You get not only a recommended CRM, but if you're already working with one, you help tie everything in. Um,
Yes, because it's the
just
system side of it,
the
right? It
system.
is like
Yeah,
I do recommend one, and I'm going to say that probably 99% of the agents will end up using the one I recommend. But if you do have another one, here's the problem with CRMs: is number one, don't use their brokerage CRM, people. Okay, ever ask below if you have questions about that. But also, not all CRMs will sync and integrate. So how we set it up with Trevor is like if you add a contact on your phone with no third-party tools or anything, it will end up on her computer, on the CRM. If she's in the CRM, same thing. She adds a note, edits it, it ends up being the same everywhere. And they do not all do that. So yeah.
yeah. And, I have some lead generation that will go directly into my prospect bank.
Yes.
Remember, you and I talked, you probably don't remember it. I got overwhelmed, but then,
Good.
and so I stopped it, but then I actually added back in because
Did
I
you?
figured a way to just do a special drip for those. And
Yes.
I felt like I could handle it much
Good.
better. Um,
Good.
so
That's
that
perfect.
linking tool with your leads
Yeah.
into this database is actually
Yes.
pretty cool.
Awesome. So you added it back in. Okay, perfect. Yep. Yes. Love. Okay.
I
So
would have to
that's another thing,
yeah.
right? So if you have lead generation coming in from some other source, you can bring them into the CRM, and what you've done is a specific drip for those. Now, right? And what you have to know, you guys, is if you also do that, is that if they're going through KB Core or some other thing that you're paying for, that they're going through this lead gen CRM, know what happens. How many times are they emailed and text and whatever else happens in that process? And then bring them into the other CRM that you manage. We want it always to, you own your own data, right? That's like number one. You own your own data. Okay, so that was it, except for almost my favorite question to ask. What's your favorite food?
Lobster.
Lobster.
Like, go for the
Really?
big one. And
I
maybe
like
I'm
lobster
on
too.
vacation this week.
I'm going to Boston in July, and someone just said, "Oh, don't forget to have the lobster." I'm like, "Oh, I will."
Yes.
For
Oh
sure.
my gosh, New England lobsters. Unbelievable.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I'll be having some of that.
What's your
So,
favorite
Trevor,
food?
what's that?
What's your favorite food? That's a toughie, right?
It is a toughie. I can tell you what I hate. I don't. So if I'm ever at anyone's house for dinner, no carrots, please, unless they're raw. I hate cooked carrots. I don't
That's
know.
so
I like
funny.
carrot soup. I like raw carrots, but I can't stand cooked carrots. So that's a big joke in my family because everybody knows. So, Christmas or whatever, my mom always has cooked carrots for everybody else and then raw carrots for me. It's funny.
Funny. Yeah.
So, Trevor, honestly, I've told you this before, but it was such a pleasure to work with you. We do have options to come back in. We actually had someone who graduated about 3 months ago. She just wanted more help. Like, did some more drips, and she wanted help with that. So she's coming back in for 6 months of live support and the Q&As again. And that option is always out there for our grads. So if you ever
That's
want to,
great.
just reach out. Yeah, and we'll look at how everything is working, because stuff happens again. If we don't see someone for a year, you've done stuff, right? And so we want to look again at the phone and the computer and the CRM. Is everything still good? And if you get a new phone, there's modules on that. A new computer, there's modules inside, because you always have access to the program. Okay?
Nice. So great.
Perfect. Yeah.
Well, I've
Thank you
loved
so
it.
much.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much. Have a good holiday. You told me before that you're going away, so have a
Yeah,
great time.
will
And
do.
hopefully we'll see you again in the future.
Count on it. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, thanks, Trevor. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.